Right, hello when people get on. If anybody comes on. And there we go, so starting from where we left off yesterday. Right, Rich. I'm on a bit later today because I had to do a couple of things this afternoon before I came on, but I'll be doing most of this bit today, I think. Oh, you get this earlier in the remake? Because I'm pretty sure in the regular version of the game, it's inside the dam, isn't it? You pick that up. Like it's on the table before a combat bit. I don't know, what 100 pills for my, just gonna, get all these marked as red, so, it doesn't... There we go. So the game doesn't keep me going, oh, you've got new things to read. Rajiv might remember. I've just picked El Diablo up, but I thought that revolver was inside the dam the last time I played this, unless there's a couple of different places you can pick it up in case you miss it the first time. But I don't remember it being on this body. But yeah, I'm good to everybody who's come on. Hello to everybody.
Just follow the river. It'll lead us straight to Tommy's.
Had a bit of a busier day today, so I've only just had a chance to actually sit down and start sort of playing stuff properly. Oh, I'm not meant to be jumping down there. Oh yeah, getting down here.
What happened between you two?
What do you mean?
You and Tommy. You're not together, so clearly something went down.
We just had a bit of a disagreement, that's all.
Ah, here we go. What was it about?
Tommy saw the world one way, I saw the other.
And that's why he joined the Fireflies.
Yeah, your friend Marlene promised him hope. That kept him busy for a while, but just like Tommy, he eventually quit that too.
How was it? The last time you saw him?
I believe his last words to me were, I don't ever
That's
wanna
alright,
see
yeah,
you
it's the
goddamn
PS4
face
version I played, but I just remember it being in the dam. But I'll see if it's in the place I think it is when I'm there, like in case there's another one you can pick
Here
up.
without his help?
Because it might just be one of those ones that you can get it earlier on than, like, you know, where it is if you look hard enough for it. If not, it's, you know, somewhere else. Or it might be they've just changed the location in this version. Oh, that's just literally where I came from, isn't it? Never mind. Yeah, the dam's ahead, but I don't remember getting it before until, like, during the shootout bit in the dam. So, like, it's after, you know, you've met Tommy and everything. But yeah, I'll see if one turns up where I think it will, kind of thing. Boobies. These Savage Starlight things have TNA on. Alright, that'll be why Ellie likes them. Ooh, 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 ooh. Right, Zero Brains.
Whoa, what's that?
Right there's a hydroelectric power plant.
A hybrid who?
It uses the river's movement and turns it into electricity.
Let's do that.
Look, I know what it is. I don't know how it does it.
It uses a turbine. Water spins the turbine spinning creates power. It's not very complicated. Like a windmill sails, but with water.
Well, that gets us halfway. If we get the other one up, we'll make it across.
T-Lou. Is this a shiv door? Yeah, it is a shiv door, I remember this. So this is in the same place. And I can't craft anything else, so I'm just literally going to be picking up bits when I find the right things to fill up the gaps in my inventory. Alright, if I remember right, I have to dive. This definitely looks better water than the PlayStation version, because you can actually kind of see underneath it. So you get both reflections and the ability to see through the water. That's quite cool. It's quite nice look in this area. You know, caution, yeah, wet floor. Looks pretty wet. Oh, you just spam E when you're next to a shelf full of items and you pick them up. Subsurface scattering. I think subsurface scattering is probably the thing you're thinking of graphically. It's also like the ray tracing stuff you get on water that makes water look so much better on modern games. Because it, you know, actually does real time if you have ray tracing turned on. Stuff. Right, please don't break. Please don't break. Right, that bit's worked. I don't mean the pallet breaking physically, I mean it breaking the coding of the game, like it did on the other stream before. No, this one's worked fine. Right.
Oh, give it a spin.
Hey, be careful crossing that thing.
I will.
Teamwork.
Oh. It's like that bit where you're meant to hug Da Vinci in Assassin's Creed 2 and loads of people forget. No, Elliot, it's not teamwork. You are my child slave. Oh, it's Tony the Tiger, look.
Forgot to leave that stupid robot on his grave. What should I do with it?
Ellie,
What? I want to talk about it.
no.
Why not?
How many times do we need to go over this? Things happen, and we move on.
It's just...
That's enough.
You're right. I'm sorry.
This is the grave of Warwick Davis, clearly by the size of it.
Let's get the Tommies.
Can I jump up this bit? Yeah. Although it probably just leads, doesn't it, back round to the same bit as before.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
I know, I am too.
Alright, next squirrel I see, I'm totally shooting.
Let's get past this place, then we can scrounge it.
I assume this person's not talking in English,
Responsible.
would be my guess in the chat.
Should we head in?
Ain't no way around. Gonna have to cut through the plant.
Okay, well, I'm looking at a little security booth first. The guy obviously not talking in English in the chat. There's only one person in the chat at the moment that's not talking in English. I wonder what that is. That's a cool looking box. Oh, it's just like a little portable grill, is it? Or is it meant to be something else? I don't know. Or like a little computer type thing.
Don't even think about reaching for your weapon. Tell the girl to drop hers now.
Ellie? Do as the lady says.
Hey.
Please tell me you're lost.
We didn't know the place was occupied. We're just trying to make our way through.
Through to where?
They're all right.
Wait, you know these people?
I know him. He's my goddamn brother. Tommy. Holy shit.
Can we keep the chat to English, please, so I can actually understand what people are saying?
God damn. Let me look at you. You're fucking old.
Yeah, the music still plays in the cutscenes even when it's turned off, so I have to hope there's no copyrighted
This is
music in the
Marie.
cutscenes.
Be nice to her. She sort of runs things around here.
Ma'am? Thanks for not blowing my head off.
Would have been embarrassing, considering you're my brother-in-law.
We all gotta get wrangled up at some point.
Ellie, right?
It's alright,
Yeah.
Cookie, it's just, in general,
What did
it's
you do
better if people talk in English in the chat, because then I know what they're talking about.
That's kind of a long story.
Why don't we bring him inside?
Yeah. You hungry?
Starving.
Generic
False
door
alarm!
closing
Your
sound
friend
there, like one of those famous sound effect library ones.
It's been quiet for a few days.
What the hell are you doing here? I thought I'd find you in Jackson.
We're trying to bring the plant back to life.
We had it working before. One of the turbines missing.
We have electricity, Joe. I had it. We'll get it running again.
No way. You guys have horses?
We got a whole lot of them.
Hey, Tommy, give me a hand with this.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
Can I? Yeah, of course.
He likes when you cut his ears. You ever ride one?
I actually have.
When have you ridden a horse?
Is it like Red Dead where I can look at the dick of the horse?
Give me lessons.
You know, if you want, we can take him riding later.
That'd be awesome.
There.
Hey, thanks, Tommy.
No sweat. All right, let's continue the tour.
I want to see if it's a male horse or a female horse. Clearly that's the most important thing here.
Why are you here? Weren't you supposed to head back this morning?
Still waiting on
If they not modelled the horse's genitals, that's very disappointing.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Just go home to your family.
Just a couple more hours.
All right. Take it easy.
Yeah, that's an asexual horse by the look of it. I don't know what they were playing at when they made this game. I don't know if it identifies as male or female. But, it's a completely stupid thing to be doing, but in Red Dead the horse's balls shrink and grow depending on if it's hot or cold, which is actually a great level of detail. What you on about, Zero Brains?
Maria,
Yeah, go ahead.
we're in the control room. Steve's about to start it back up. You want to come check it out?
No, that's a pig,
Yeah.
Rich, not a not a
It's my
horse.
turn anyway. I'll go.
I'll come with you. Go with Maria. Put some food in.
No, that's very cruel.
Come on, Ellie. Let's give the boy some space.
Because he can't even urinate properly because they've cut his dick off as well as his
I'm
balls.
sending Tommy over. Stand by.
Right, it's around here somewhere. I remember the revolver being last time I played.
We've been here just a week. It feels like forever.
Rajiv. I don't think it was this room, but it's like one of the rooms coming up. I would definitely remember it being. So we'll see if there's another one. You know, like in case it was just that they've added one earlier that you could miss, so they added a more prominent one. Or it's just that, you know, they've changed the location in this version. I don't know.
Most of them. Here. It's a little faded, but it still looks pretty good.
I'm good.
You sure? I mean,
Yes, it's Ghostbusters, Rajiv, yeah.
okay.
Oh, again, it's not letting me allow comments. That's fucking annoying. Yeah. Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just check on my guys real quick.
Oh, if the horse tried him and it was a male horse, he'd have died. So, like Mr. Hands, or whoever it was. I assume I can't go in this room at the moment. Yeah, because that's one in the shootout, isn't it? We go into in a bit. Hydroelectric plant's like one of those old buildings I wouldn't mind living in if, you know, like you could buy one cheap that was like, you know, so. Oh good, I can now do the health upgrade supplement thing. I don't think it was this room I remember it being, and I think it was on like a desk when you're like next to some people talking like in hard hats or something. So it might have been here, or it might be like on the next indoor
I
bit.
don't know what you heard, but you should see the town. We're over 20 families strong now. It was Maria and her father. They set up this place with the idea of being self-sustaining, crops and livestock.
There you go, there's turbines, look.
Remember how we thought no one could live like this anymore? We're doing it.
Turbine.
What do you do for protection?
We adults take turns guarding the perimeter. We got an electrified fence we planted.
You still got to deal with infected though, right?
Who does? It's the world we live in.
Or maybe you don't have to do.
You sound like Marlene.
Oh, the good thing is there's lots of people doing VR mods for games that already exist on PC. So again, now there's a PC release of this. It wouldn't surprise me if somebody eventually starts doing like mods for it, if you can get at the code easy enough. But it's like the Resident Evil games have got VR mods for them as well. I haven't bothered trying those yet, but. Oh, it's a doggy. Oh, hi, doggy.
Hey, buddy.
That's Buckley. Not much of a guard dog. It's good to have him.
That's a good boy.
You know, I'm going to have to teach Ellie how to shoot dogs in the sequel. Oh, I need to make a new shiv. There you go. So when I next find some metal bits, I've got an extra shiv.
These two geniuses are going to bring this plant back.
Right, it was somewhere near here, I think the Diablo was when I played before, Rajiv.
You don't believe us?
I didn't say that.
I'll bet you $1 million it works.
Yeah, I quite like The Last of Us. It was like one of those games I never bothered when it first came out with, you know, playing. But I think it's good. It's like one of those games again that I don't know if it deserves all the praise it gets, but it is a good game. I don't think it's like the best game ever, obviously, but I still like it. Right, weapon upgrade thing. Have I got anything worth upgrading?
Let's see what we got.
Yeah, she did stab a dog, I think, as well, Rich. You're right. Alright. The capacity upgrade's the only one I want to do for these. Capacity, like maybe piercing as well, but capacity's the main one for this. So, yeah, I don't want to bother doing upgrades to that yet. Capacity, I might as well do capacity for this thing. Because I quite actually like this now, I can aim it. So I'm just going to get a bigger and bigger mag for my little swan-off shotgun. Have you tried cleaning all the dust out of it, Facehugger? Because it's probably a dust problem you've got there. I thought you said you just sold your piss then, Rajib. You mean you sold your PS3? Well, this is on PC now. Anyway, Cookie. It never used to be on PC, but not saying there's a PC release of it now. I don't know if the spread upgrade is even going to be worth doing for this, but let's just see. Because this might even make the gun worse, I don't know. Again, it's kind of nice being able to do this in New Game Plus and just do upgrades you didn't do before. Was that a different choke? So yeah, I have my first shotgun coming hopefully within a week or so. And like I said, it's actually an antique shotgun that's shootable in theory, so that'd be cool. Capacity, yeah, it's still capacity upgrade, right. So I mostly made my shotguns just better this time. Pistol to door, yeah. I can remember playing the original Portal on the orange box on 360.
That'll do.
That'll do. He's a northern now. That'll do. That'll do, lad. That'll do. Right, I'm sure it's this room I remember the revolver being in originally. Maybe I'm wrong. As I said, I haven't gone back. I'd have to go back and play the PS4 version, which I can't really be asked to do, just to see if this thing was in the same place or not. I suppose I could just jump through a Let's Play and see if it's there. But I suppose in some bits of the game as well, you can pick up people's guns, can't you, after you've killed them for ammo, and if you haven't already got that gun, it probably just gives you the same gun.
Okay, good to go.
Ready?
Go ahead, hit it. God damn. We did it, boys.
Nice work, boys.
Somebody get on the horn and give Maria...
Don't put your hand in that, mate. That'd be a bad idea. Oh, I can't get a weapon out. I was going to see if I could throw a brick into it and break it.
You see that?
Pretty impressive.
Golden shower menace.
Looks like you're out $2 million.
All right, Joe. Let's go talk.
Why is there steam coming out of your generator? That's not steam. Well, that's not smoke, it's steam. Steam from the steamed clams we're having. Mmm, steamed clams.
It's quite the crew you got here.
Hey, they're good men. This place gives them a second chance. Gives us all a second chance. Why'd you leave Boston?
I've been on quite the adventure, little brother.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
It's got everything to do with that little girl.
Well, go on then.
She's immune.
Immune to what?
I know I've seen her breathe enough spores to take down a dozen men. Nothing. I wouldn't have believed it neither. I can show you.
All right. I'll bite.
At least TF2 on the Xbox is still proper TF2
Delivered to the
and
Firefly.
PS3.
Well,
Didn't have all the silly
your
updates.
boys. You finish the job, you collect the whole damn thing.
I haven't seen a Firefly in years.
You know where they are. I'm not asking for much, Tommy. I just want some simple gear enough to set me on my way.
What makes you think I'd do this?
This isn't for me, Tommy. This is for your damn cause.
My cause. And
Don't
family
people
now.
still actually play, apparently,
Walk in the park.
the orange box
Jesus, boy.
TF2 on, like, the
That's
Xbox and
Maria. Get some of your
PS3?
board-again
Because
friends.
I, like, heard that's
They
the
got
weird thing, that
families,
it's
too.
still played
Tommy,
by
I
people.
need this.
Because of the fact it's not the PC version.
You want some gear? Sure. But I ain't taking that girl off your hands.
This is how you gonna repay me, huh?
Repay you.
For all those goddamn years I took care of us.
Took care. That's what you call it? I got nothing but nightmares from those years.
You survived because of me.
It wasn't worth it.
Bring you the cure for mankind, and you wanna play the pissy little brother.
We ain't back in Boston. You lay your hands on me again, it won't end well for you.
The hell is that?
We're under attack. You still remember how to kill, right?
Shouldn't the gunshots be louder because I can't even hear that we're under attack?
Shit! Bandit!
See, I thought this is where the Diablo was, somewhere like this, but yeah, it could have been completely wrong. Oh yeah, the increased range on the shotgun is nice. CSGO isn't the old one. CS 1.6 is the old one. Condition 0 is the old one. Even Counter-Strike Source is the old one. Go isn't old. Let's try that revolver out with the scope.
Let's get a move on!
Yeah, I prefer all the older Counter-Strikes over Go. I don't even like... Go looks a bit weird to me. I don't know what it is. Like, in theory, it should look the best out of all of them, because it's like the newest version of the Source engine until Counter-Strike 2 comes out, whatever they're calling it. But, yeah, I don't know. It kind of looks cartoony to me for some reason, Go. I think Counter-Strike Source is my favourite. Oh! There goes his face. Try and rush me. I wasted all my shells doing that, aren't I?
You guys see anything?
We got him.
Let's get to the bridge.
Tommy! Bandits! They're breaking into the building!
Isn't there people that still play CS 1.0 as well?
We're gonna come to you, just...
They're here! Ellie, hide!
Hurry.
Let's see if the dog is here. Hope they haven't killed the dog. Oh, hi, doggy. I mean, all the Counter-Strikes are kind of repetitive. I don't really know what you mean with CSGO being repetitive, because it's got a couple of game modes. I just don't really like the balancing in gameplay of CSGO, or the visuals. Oh yeah, I did the piercing upgrade. I still didn't kill a helmet in one go. Oh, War Thunder is eternal grind. And Russian bias.
They're fighting on the bridge. Let's go.
So these are marauders as opposed to hunters. Okay, I don't know what the difference is. I love my right.
That's all those sons of bitches.
Oh, your face, it is gone.
Right behind you.
I want the ammo though. Oh, see, there's a Diablo. So, yeah. I think it's probably that these guys dropped Diablos, so if I hadn't picked one up, I got one during, like, the fight with one of these guys. That's probably what it was. Yeah, there's a lot of games like that, Rich, where, like, because of patches, they've, like, really screwed, like, how things work. Oh, he's not got his S10 anymore, has he? Oh, wait, that's the back of his face. Oh, cool, the masks actually break. It's a shame he's flipped over, but yeah, his mask's actually broken. That's a cool feature. So if you shoot somebody in the face and they've got a gas mask on, you potentially get like a ripped gas mask on their face. Oh, I've been up here, haven't I? So yeah, hopefully I get to shoot another guy with a gas mask while he's looking at me, and then I can see how their like gas mask breaks. There's a game called Team Fortress Classic. That's an interesting experience. Where literally every class has a shotgun.
Tommy? Maria? I'm all right. The kid's with me.
That was too damn close.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh man, they were coming in from every direction. Then Maria was like, "We gotta run."
I'm not sure Tactical Ops. I have to look it up because there's loads of games I've played and I just can't remember the names of them half the time if they're older games.
No.
God damn it. I need to talk to you.
Absolutely not. You tell him to go find somebody else. Do you have any idea how many men we lost here today?
What's that all about? Does that have anything to do with me?
Talk about it later.
Did he tell you where the lab is?
We'll talk about it later.
Later. Right.
One fuck up and then I turn into one of those widows, okay?
I have to do this. I don't know what else to say.
Fine.
Maria.
Here we go.
You. If anything at all happens to him, it's on you.
She's thankful, you know.
Joel doesn't put on armor because, like I've said before, everybody in this
Take that
game,
girl of yours to the
it would make far more sense if they wore at least soft body armor, you know, and stuff to make it harder for them to get like infected or like killed by small arms fire. Oh, because there's a bit coming up where technically if Joel just had like a police style, you know, Kevlar vest with an anti-stab layer in it, or like on top of the Kevlar, the bit where he gets horribly wounded wouldn't even happen, would it? Because it wouldn't impale him properly through the vest.
Which way?
Come on.
I just saw her riding on out of here.
Go back inside. Help the others clean the place up.
Okay.
Which current events? Because there's obviously stuff that's happened in America, but not here. We've got Mad Vlad threatening nukes, but he won't do it. Well, if he does, it doesn't matter anyway, because it's game over. So which particular current events are you thinking about? Oh, I don't know if I have. The game I think it's called Hidden and Dangerous, one of those old games I keep meaning to play. It's like a World War II kind of game with really high damage. I was on about to one of my friends the original Operation Flashpoint the other day, and he didn't know what that was. You know, like the old armour. It was called Operation Flashpoint back in the day, and it's now called Armour Cold War Crisis. Yeah, I mean I could do, but again, a lot of the stuff, like I've said before, I did say in that other video, which was literally about, you know, you'd only want a mask to get away from it, not to actually sit around, because you wouldn't want to be, you know, in an area that's contaminated. Big Pine Road.
She went into these woods. Come on.
Ellie, what are you thinking?
There. More tracks.
Can you get new straps for M62? Do I like COD? Yes and no. It's one of those games I enjoy playing now and again, but I definitely don't think it's the best game ever, and some of the CODs have been atrocious. The more recent ones have actually been a lot better than like the ones that they did a few years ago.
Whoa! I got your back. How many do you see?
Too goddamn many.
Another gas mask guy up there, so I'm going to try and headshot him.
Go around, I'll cover you.
Oh. Yeah, let me use the method then. Alright, let's see if I've blown that guy's face off of the S10, because I want to see what it looks like.
Watch my back.
Oh, this is pretty powerful, this gun, if you can shoot somebody in the leg and it kills them. Right, is that guy going to pop his head back up? Oh, he's landed the wrong way up as well. That's annoying. Hopefully I'll eventually shoot one of those guys and they land the other way up. There's blood inside his gas mask, that's pretty cool. Like, you know, blood splattered on the inside of the lenses.
Come out, you son of a bitch!
That's all of them.
Come on, back to the horses.
I'll have a look around here first, Joe, before I go back to the horses. Yeah, so with photo mode, can we get a better look at his face? Probably not, but still I'm interested. What's frame forward do? Oh, I see, it's just like animation stuff. That doesn't matter. I don't want to do roll, do I? That's probably the best you're going to see it. Yeah, it's kind of cool that you get blood splatter inside the lenses. And somebody's head gets just popped like that. Yeah, that's the problem with oh well, like, yeah, the anthrax. Well, there's a couple of things. Cause there's natural anthrax, isn't there? And there's also the thing like where the Soviets put anthrax on an island, and then there's also like now the water's going down in that area. Like there's more of a chance that it's actually gonna become like on the main ground again, if that makes sense. Like not on an island. I've phrased that really badly, but basically where they used to have it contained on an island for testing. And because of the fact the water levels have changed, it's like actually now almost on the mainland. I don't have a Glock though. It's a Browning high power that's been modified, my pistol. Oh no. That's a little shed you can't go in. Okay. Ah, thank you, yeah, RLC, but so, okay, yeah. So we're saying the Soviets were completely incompetent, but funnily enough not as incompetent as Putin's Russia, which is quite an accomplishment. Oh, you see, comrade, I have drained this water, and now there's anthrax. There's also Soviet Cannibal Island, that's pretty interesting. I mean, it's fucking horrifying if you lived on it, but it's like one of those things of like, put loads of prisoners on an island, eventually run out of food and start eating each other. Oh, what's down here? Or does it just loop round? It just doesn't go anywhere, I guess. Doesn't go anywhere, okay. It's kind of weird that they did a little side area you could go into that had nothing in it. I know it's to make the world look bigger, but you'd think it'd just loop back around like a lot of the areas in the game do. Now, it's even weirder with Ellie running with all the guns and supplies in The Last of Us 2, because she'd have even less, like, body strength. Like, I could imagine Abby carrying everything, but Ellie's like, yeah, she's still like a scrawny girl, and she's got, like, all of this gear on. I suppose it depends how much is actually in his rucksack, because for the most part, a lot of these things he's carrying, like the rifles, are only going to be a couple of kilos each. A lot of it's weight distribution if you're carrying a lot of weight, because like plate carriers can often be really heavy, but because they go around your shoulders and torso, they're not as bad. Because there's also like, you know, military rucksacks of like 120 litre capacity, you know, so they're often like 40 to 60 kilos. Yes, gulags. A common thing of communism.
Be careful.
Ellie?
Well, look, there's alcohol, but you can't craft with that alcohol. Jesus Christ. Oh, is this a shiv door? Oh no, it's just a toilet. Oh, there's old pills in this toilet though, I guess I'll pick those up. Yeah, anything I need to craft? Let's do an upgraded axe, why not? So an axe with more stabby things on it. You call that an axe? This is an axe. What does it say the next frame button was? Oh, you have to literally do that. Oh, and it moves quite a lot for one frame. Yeah, you call that an axe. This is an axe. Where's he gone? So yeah, it's literally an axe just with blades stuck to it. I don't really see how that makes it any more practical, but okay. I think they're just big rats. You can get absolutely huge regular rats. Because a brown rat, if they're like, you know, they have a massive food supply, they can grow to pretty monster sizes over generations. Oh, he's got Blu-rays, look. Blu-rays. Can't knock these pictures off, that's the problem. So what's this explosive stuff? Oh, it is literally gunpowder. I suppose, yes, that would be explosive. Warning. Although we're not actually in Texas at the moment, are we? We're in Wyoming, I think it is. Is it Colorado or Wyoming? It's one of those we're in. Checks, I'm pretty sure it's Wyoming. Make my day. Oh, does it do the scope thing where you actually... Oh, his gun's invisible, look! I found a glitch. So, when you use the scope, your gun goes invisible. Or it moves, look. I think with the smokeless powder, if it is meant to be smokeless powder and that, it's like a bomb ingredient, so like you put it in a pipe bomb kind of thing in the game. Yeah, I don't need a hint game, I was just laughing at the broken mirror. No bringing up ATF type stuff on the stream, please, anybody.
Boys, movies, deciding which shirt goes with which skirt.
Yeah. So yeah. Don't bring up stuff like that on here just because it can make
And if I say no?
Do you even realize what your life means? Huh? Running off like that, putting yourself at risk, it's pretty goddamn stupid.
Well, I guess we're both disappointed with each other then.
What do you want from me?
Admit that you wanted to get rid of me the whole time.
Tommy knows this area.
Oh, fuck!
Well, I'm sorry. I trust him better than I trust myself.
Stop with the bullshit. What are you so afraid of? That I'm gonna end up like Sam? I can't get infected. I can take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had?
Well, we seem to be doing all right so far.
And now you'll be doing even better with Tommy.
I already did a collab video of bots, if you're on about that one, if you didn't watch it.
Not her, you know.
What?
Maria told me about Sarah.
Ellie?
And
You're treading on some mighty thin ice here.
I'm sorry.
Well, whenever Mike's better, because he's been ill recently, we're meant to be at some point when I can get a holiday off work doing some stuff. But again, that'll be literally at the point we can do it.
Either died or left me. Everyone.
Because we had a load of problems to start with where the dates we were going to do stuff, I couldn't get off work. And now I could probably get some holiday off work when Mike's been ill. But if it's like stuff we can film that, you know, we can both do on a different end, he might be able to do it sooner.
That sure as hell ain't your dad. We are going our separate ways.
Get it together. We're not alone.
We're two walking in.
There's more inside already.
Yeah, no worries, Cookie. Yeah, it's just you have to be careful with YouTube and lots of stuff like that. Dun 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 dun. Is this mirror broken as well? Yeah, every mirror can't see the rifle. It is vampire rifle. Vampire.
Whoa! Where'd you go?
I'm nearly at the end of this little bit, Cookie, because we basically just clear out the house. In theory, I could use that mirror to see if they're, there, couldn't I? I've already gone down one flight of stairs. No. Okay, it's just because that looks like a dining room on that floor. I thought there was 3 floors on this house. No, was there always 2 floors? I always thought this was a 3-floor house when I played it before. I know there's like an attic, but still, I always remember you going up an extra flight of stairs on this house. Maybe I've just got really faulty memory. I don't even know enough about the Spyroverse lore. I'm not that into it, I'm afraid. Ow. Just wasting my pistol ammo now. I've just got a faulty memory then, Rajiv. I suppose some of the houses the other day had more floors, didn't they, when we were doing that little sort of abandoned town, but probably that I'm confusing it with.
Tommy, cover me. Be careful!
Oh, the mirror's broken, I can't use it now. So that guy had a revolver, but he dropped pistol ammo. It's fucking weird, this game, with the ammo mechanic. I think sometimes it probably just gives you a box of ammo based on what you've, like, got the least of, not actually what the enemy's carrying.
Alright. House is clear.
Yeah. Oh, look at that guy's face. Jesus Christ. Can't see right through it though, unfortunately. Like, shine a torch through it. That'd be next level cool.
Let's get back to the horses.
I'm getting rid of the person that doesn't like Mike's videos. I don't know why, if you don't like Mike's videos, I don't know why you're asking me if I want to do a collab with him. Mike's good friends of the channel, so you can fuck off, to be honest, if you don't like him.
Clear.
Did you get some new straps for it, Flame, or what? Yeah, I might not hear it though, Rajiv, just because of the fact that I've got the music turned off to avoid copyright stuff while I stream it. That was in the other house, Rajiv. That was in the one where I pull the thing down, the like hatch falls on Joel's head. And then you can boost her up and she gives you a training manual, I think it was. I did that the other day. Yeah, like I said, it's easy with this to not remember which bit in the game certain bits are from, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of this does remind me of Red Dead Redemption, actually, this sort of area of the
There she
game.
is. Kids will be watching movies tonight.
Where is this lab of theirs?
It's all the way out, University of Eastern Colorado.
The Bighorns.
Yeah, it's playing this bit, Roger, again.
Ellie, get off the board. Get on back to Tom. I'm gonna hang on to this fella. That's all right with you. Oh, don't make me repeat myself.
What are you doing?
Your wife kind of scares me. I don't want her coming after me.
Sorry for stealing your horse.
Come back to town. Let's discuss it at least.
My mind's all made up. University, Eastern Colorado. How do I find this lab?
It's in the science building. Looks like a giant mirror. You can't miss it.
Take care of that wife.
There's a place for you here.
Okay.
Real slow, buddy.
Okay, let me see if I get this straight. If you mess up your
It's good that bit of music was still there. I just hope it doesn't get me a copyright strike, hopefully, Rajiv. Because that's like I said, that's the annoying thing, is even when you turn the music off in the options, it stops the music in gameplay bits, but in the cutscenes it still plays it. And like, this game does have a really good soundtrack, it just annoys me that they're shitty with a copyright on it. Because that, you know, is actually quite, you know, shooting yourself in the foot. Because it does the thing of, you know, discouraging people from actually wanting to, you know, like stream and do stuff for your games if you act like that. It's like back in the day when like some of the companies used to like strike people for just uploading any, you know, video footage of their games to YouTube. It's like that just means that less people are going to be interested in your game. It's like free advertising if you let people post, you know, like clips of them playing games. Again, big companies are often dumb, and it might not even be the developers of The Last of Us that have done that. It might be just whoever holds the copyright stuff for a load of the shit that's really childish about it.
Okay. None of these buildings look like a room.
Well, we'll head to Central Grounds. Should be able to see most of the campus from there.
Go Bighorns.
Get him.
Stay, Callus. What kind of name is Callus, anyways?
My fault you forgot to ask Colin's name.
Callus. This looks like a good spot.
Should have been called Achilles, so you can say Achilles heel. Yeah, now Sony, Nintendo and all of those are, I think, are really childish with their copyright type stuff. Yeah, Cookie, you can either get your stream taken down in real time, or like the minute your stream's ended, the video gets delisted. There's no upgrades I want to do. I've actually got the parts full. I need the better tools. At least I get the flamethrower soon. God, I want to swap that for my axe. It's like converted into a polearm, but a shit polearm because it's a really short pole. Well, there was a note up here. Oh, yes,
There was a lookout here.
Just saying like certain things came in on certain days. Somebody wished me Merry Christmas. I didn't tell him I was Jewish or something. Like, oh, you're a miserable person. I've never actually got any Troppentan. That's the desert one, isn't it? Sadly, I've never got in it. I'd like to get some multi-tan as well, but I don't know if that's even in production yet. Or, like, surplus. Yeah, it's also the problem is that there's, like, fake... People can do fake copyright shit as well really easily. So I've had a video before that I had to, like, change all the music on that I put on. Because I had permission from the actual person who made the music track to use it, and then some other dickhead had, like, put a bit of that music in something, then done the copyright thing on it, like, you know, so, and then trying to, like, delist everybody else's videos, and because YouTube doesn't quality control anything like that, they are able to get away with doing that. I think eventually, like, the original person who did the music might have been able to have, got in touch with somebody and, you know, all that, but it's still bollocks that you can actually do that in the first place.
Came to sports? Hell yeah.
It's getting chilly.
When's that time of year?
Not really. I've met people that have watched my videos after I've, like, started working with them and then talked to me about the videos. I don't think I've ever bumped into a random person in public who knows who I am for that reason. I've, like, bumped into people that know who I am for other reasons, but not because of YouTube. Alright, Peach. Let's see a cookie. I had to block somebody earlier, Peach, because we had somebody that came on whinging about Mike on my channel. And I pointed out that I'm actually good friends with Mike, and I don't appreciate that sort of shit.
I reckon it takes quite a crew to run that operation.
You think there'll be other people my age?
I'm not sure.
If it works as a camo, it works.
Whoa. What is it?
Sounds like a horse.
Stay with the horse. I'll go check it out. Yes, I don't want him running off. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it was weird, because he first was asking me was I going to do, like, some sort of Spyroverse video with Mike, and I said, like, I'm not actually all caught up on all the Spyroverse lore. And then he started saying stuff like, wow, Mike doesn't make good videos anymore, because all he does is whinge about the police and the government or something, even though I thought Mike didn't like doing politics in videos. So I thought, oh, well, fuck you then. UCP is actually good when it's just coloured in a different colour. So when it's grey, it's awful. But like if you get UCP and put it in different shades, like if you dye it green or brown, it's alright. Like Ukrainian M14 camo is very similar to UCP, but it's like that kind of yellowy colour that works quite well. Like a yellowy green, kind of like Stricton is. I think I actually finally got some UCP a while ago. I've never done a video on it, because there was actually some American camos in on one of the surplus stores, so I bought some. That and one of like the weird grey Air Force camos. Look, there's a picture on there of people like using carts and shit. Oh, okay. They're settlers, but still. I've got the Flammenwerfer. Entwerfen's Flammen. Oh, you actually get more of a petrol stream on this one. That's cool. Maybe no. Oh, sorry. Where did you come from? I need to heal now because I got smacked about because they didn't set on fire as efficiently as I should have wanted. I don't dislike Tiger Stripe. Tiger Stripe's really cool. How could you dislike Tiger Stripe? Especially the different variations in colour of Tiger Stripe. I mean, yeah, but it's your personal opinion. If you don't like Tiger Stripe, you don't like Tiger Stripe. But I've got DPM trousers on right now, but the problem is they're very thin and threadbare now, these ones. Because for dog walking, I always use like old surplus trousers. And like the bit where you tie them up like a belt is completely falling apart now on these DPM ones. I know you could probably put something like, you know, a new bit of cord through that bit, but still, it's just, you know, I've had these trousers for so long, and they are obviously surplus in the first place, that yeah. What's the other one you like, Ghost Jesus? Is it Blumenthal? Or was that somebody else that really, really liked Blumenthal that always went on about it on my videos? What's M81 Woodland? M81 Woodland's alright. Yeah, Blumenthal's cool, but I've never ever seen any for it for sale. Or if I have, it's been like hundreds of pounds. I wouldn't pay that for it. But yeah, Blumenthal, it was the one that I'm pretty sure it's called Blumenthal. It was the one East Germany used for a bit before Stricktarn. It's kind of more like, you know, a classic looking camo. You know, like splodgy sort of pattern. I like Swiss Alpenflage. That's pretty good. You know, the ketchup one. Yeah, Swiss Pizza Camo. You literally mentioned it just as I said it. I've got, recently, I've never done a video on it. I need to put it back in the washing machine because I think it's a bit dirty, so I'll do that probably when I next do laundry. I've got one of those Alpenflage tanker suits, as well as the individual bits of camo, and it's a perfect fit for me. So, you know, like where you just zip up the entire thing on your body, and you've got like one of those really nice bits of, you know, it was still in its original packaging when I got it, or that was just like a little plastic bag thing, so I didn't bother, you know, keeping it really, and I just bin the bag because it wasn't like a unique, interesting bag, it was just one with a sticker on. But the point was that, you know, it was cool to get one that hadn't even been worn, so the camo's not faded at all.
What about you?
The East Germans had really nice, like, actual, like you're saying, yeah, cuts on it, and I like with these Stricktarn field shirts, they've got the Makarov holster in the pocket. Like, you know, the breast pocket inside, which a lot of field shirts don't actually have, which is nice. But a lot of the commie ones did have, like, the actual gun pockets inside, which I like. And again, it's one of those camos nobody can ever agree on what colour it is, Stricktarn. Is it green? Is it brown? Is it slightly yellow? It's like that bloody, what colour is this dress thing? Is it like black and gold or whatever it is? White and blue, black and gold, I can't remember the fucking picture, but you know that thing that nobody would shut up about for a while at one point. But again, it depends on, the big thing is, it can vary, like, stuff like that can vary on the year it was produced, you know, if it's faded at all, the type of material it was printed on, and most importantly, the ambient lighting when you take a photograph. And obviously the contrast and saturation settings on your screen if you're looking at it on a screen. Because, yeah, unsurprisingly, if you're looking at a picture of something online, there's lots of factors that could affect what colour you think it is. And that also means that if you're not colourblind as well. Because my dad wouldn't be able to tell you what colour a lot of things are. I saw a picture of Michael Jackson like that, where it was, him wearing like a blue kind of blue outfit when he was originally black, and then when he like had all the plastic surgery, him wearing like a gold coloured outfit. It was that some people see blue and black, others see white and gold. I thought it was quite funny. Monkeys. They are actually monkeys because they got tails and not chimps.
Let's go.
It's a stadium.
That was kind of awesome.
First time seeing a monkey?
First time seeing a monkey.
I hate every ape I see, from chimpanzee to chimpanzee. Yes, you've really made a monkey out of me.
Maybe these guys gotta keep a low profile.
Oh my god, I was wrong. It was Earth all along. I can still remember loads of shit from The Simpsons like that.
See?
This is good. First on a fireplace.
What's in this building?
I'll be right back.
I'll be back. In loving memory. Oh, I guess this is meant to be in memory of lots of people that died, not just one person. I thought it was like some sort of weird, like, stalker shrine when I first saw it. Do it for her. Don't forget you're here forever. See, that's actually interesting, Ghost Jesus. But yeah, it's kind of weird how lots of people don't know that about certain uniforms. Like, they were never necessarily universal in exact shades of colour. Because as well, like you're saying with a lot of camo stuff I found, is even like the same nations that do a lot of camo stuff, when it's printed on like raincoats, it's always a different shade than when it's printed on like field blouses and like field trousers. And then if you have it printed on rucksacks and like satchels, often it's different shades as well, because again it's, you know, sterilisation. What does that do? Do medkits heal me more? Oh yeah, good. So my medkits work better. Good to know. I haven't had McDonald's in, 2 years or so, Peach. I used to get McDonald's quite regularly when I used to work in the city, just because it was convenient and near work. But yeah, sadly things like McDonald's and Burger King's, it's like now there's not many that are actually ever in places I go to. I'm planning on getting KFC on Sunday, because my granddad wants some KFC. So we're going to get him KFC like a takeaway, go to KFC and just get a load of KFC. And I've had KFC more recently, just because I've been with people that have like ordered it on Uber Eats. But yeah, sadly I have, there's lots of fast food places I've not been to in ages. And I don't give a shit if people are like, oh, it's not healthy, whatever. I like burgers and shit like that. I've had burgers and that, like, you know, some of the more gourmet ones. I've just not had fucking McDonald's. That's why I'm disappointed. Burger King in the UK is actually generally quite good. Like, in general, a lot of the Burger King burgers are better in Burger King than McDonald's, at least in the UK one. But again, in America, you have a much better choice of fast food in terms of, like, you know, how many different places like Wendy's and all that you get and everything. In the UK, although they have started opening some Wendy's in the UK, for the most part, we only get really McDonald's, Burger King, KFC as the main things. Oh yeah, Byrons. We have a couple of those, but there's not many, are there? Like, I think at one point they opened one in Oxford, but I don't know if it's still there. Right, which bit? Oh, it's that bit, isn't it? I'm meant to be going in.
Alright, let's try that gate.
I know already it doesn't work, Joel. That's not bothered.
Two.
Might as well do listen mode distance, even though I barely use listen mode. But that's actually kind of a good ability, because it's like the wall hack ability. DAC guns or actual live guns? I never actually had a Wimpy's, even though I know a lot of people like Wimpy's. The thing I didn't like with Wimpy's is that you had to be like sat at a table or whatever. You know, so like we never bothered with them because, like, you know, it wasn't really fast food in a sense if you actually have to be seated at a table by like a server and all that. So just let me go to the fucking counter and buy a book. Right, with DACs, I don't actually know until I count all of them up again. With live guns, the Martini Henry, although again that might not be safe to shoot, even if I could legally do it, blah blah blah. Schmidt Rubin, the, what's it called? The Mannlicher. So 2-bolt action rifles, 2 obsolete caliber live bolt action rifles, 2 pinfire revolvers, and I've got a musket coming, hopefully in the next week. So that'll be about 5. Well, 6, yeah, 6 probably. Yeah, I've got 2 pinfire revolvers. Speaking of the site we were on about the other day, they've also got some Derringers in really cheaply, the old percussion cap Derringers pistols. So that's kind of cool if you wanted to get one of those. Like I said, there's actually loads of good black powder things on that particular site I'm not allowed to mention when I'm doing a video anymore because of YouTube policies. But I just bought an obsolete, well, it's not even obsolete caliber because it's not really even a caliber as such if it's like paper shot, but yeah, black powder musket. Although it's in the period when actual rifles are a thing, so rather than it being a musket, it's, yeah, just a smooth bore percussion cap, you know, gun to be used as a shotgun. Yeah, I know the one you mean, Ghost Jesus. Oh, speaking of Martini Henrys, they actually had as well on this site a load of the other Henry gun, the one that inspired the Martini Henry, but the original Henry one, like the Henry rifle from like the 1860s or 1870s, whenever it was. You know, with very similar action. They had some of those in, but again, I don't sadly have enough money to just buy up every single like antique gun I can, as much as I'd like to. But, you know, like the same sort of trapdoor under lever style thing, where you pull the lever, slide, it was, what do you call it, rimfire, the particular Henry they had in. It might have been a Snyder Henry, they also had some Peabody rifles in as well. But yeah, there was quite a lot in, but I've just got a basic shotgun coming. Because it's the, you know, like, simplest sort of one, having a 20 bore. So, but yeah, I suppose... Because, again, it's weird when you think, like, a gun made in that period, would you call it a musket or a shotgun? Because it's not rifled, but, you know, it takes a percussion cap, and you could either shoot a slug from it or, shot. But yeah, I don't know, like, the proper definition of when muskets became then rifle muskets, then proper rifles, even though they're not rifles as you'd think of them today. But I'm sure all of you know what I mean if you know about the sort of history of muskets, muskets converted to rifles, like rifle muskets, and then, you know, rifles as in early rifles that used a mini ball. Or minimi ball, however it's pronounced. Yeah, I just get a blank Mac for that price, Peach, or an airsoft one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the one they had was a rimfire. But yeah, because I'm saying it's centre fire on my Martini Henry. But yeah, this was like one of the older ones. It still had the same sort of action. Minable. But yeah, the thing that looks like an air rifle pellet, essentially. Because that's how they figured that you could actually have a muzzle loader that then shot like a rifle. You know, properly with zeroing. Not zeroing, rifling. Oh, I'm dead. You're probably just distracting the noise. Yeah, that's it, the proper spin, because with obviously a classic musket, you just have a ball in it, and then, you know, even if you had a bit of spin on the ball, it wouldn't actually be like proper rifling. And yeah, the idea was that you had a skirt, wasn't it, on the mini ball, and then what would happen is, the gas would actually make the skirt expand like an air rifle pellet, then it would grip the rifling, and you'd actually get spin. And then obviously it just made so much more sense when you could just have a cartridge loaded in from the back of a rifle. Then you could just fix that instantly, rather than actually trying to muzzle load something and have it expand correctly. Yeah, lead ball wounds are fucking horrible. Especially if you think back in the time when all this shit happened, when they, you know, didn't have antibiotics, and, you know, how bad the surgery would kind of be in an extent. Like, you know, where just amputate limbs and shit like that because all your bones have been mulched by, the musket ball going through you. I definitely need to put more range on this flamethrower. Oh, he's throwing his shit at me. His fungal shits. Run, run, run. Oh, I'm dead. Now let's try that again, shall we? Hello. Oh, that shorty is actually pretty good against those big fuckers. Yeah, it's good at beheading, yeah. Yeah, that sounds crazy, Ghost Jesus. Well, I can't remember if you were on the other day when I was saying about this, but there's an American company, again, it's one of those things I shouldn't order in the UK just because I don't want to get fucked by a law that's very vague. But in America it's a really cool thing. There's a company that does, like, casing for cartridges, like piping for cartridges, I don't know what the proper word would be for it. Essentially cartridge conversion tube type things, so you can load 45 ACP rounds into a Martini Henry cartridge, and then it's got the proper necking on it, so the 45 grips the rifling of the Martini Henry. And obviously because the 45 ACP is smokeless, but the Martini Henry, you know, was a bigger round, the pressure's roughly the same as well, so you actually get quite a good so apparently they're really popular, but they're like $20 a thing, so most people just buy one or two, you know, and then just extract it really carefully. But yeah, I would be, like, in the UK, I'd be really careful about personally getting something that would let me, you know, have an obsolete caliber in the modern cartridge caliber, just in case that's enough for the, you know, police or some prosecutor to say, oh, you know, you're trying to do this, and we're also now going to, you know, as well as imprisoning you, we're going to make it so every other fucker can't get these obsolete calibers anymore, because somebody could just literally get some pipe to convert a cartridge. You know, which they could do, but that's beside the point. It's, you know, legal bullshit. Because I was reading recently about some Americans bringing up some really bad cases we've had in the UK I didn't even know about till I looked them up and they were correct. Which was like stuff where there was some things that were made completely inside of the law, but then some prosecutors got really, really shitty about the fact that people had, you know, like, made cool shit that was within our laws. So there was one where there was a guy that made and sold really modern, like, cap and ball revolvers, but ones where you could load them really efficiently. You know, like, they were, like, they took some specific kind of, like, air rifle pellet or, like, pre-made bullet kind of thing. And then he made, like, the casings that were, like, black powder refillable casings. I can't remember exactly how it worked, but it was a really cool looking thing that, you know, took modern primers and, like, modern bullets, and I think then you just put black powder in a little bit in the middle, and they were, like, swap out cylinders for revolvers. And that guy technically hadn't broken any laws, but he got done, and, like, he had to stop selling them, because some prosecutor was like, oh, that's getting around the law, even though everything is technically legal if you can legally get it anyway. Yeah, exactly, litter picker, but Joel doesn't care about that. And then the other one was somebody that manufactured a similar thing that was popular for a while with revolvers that took, like, a pre-made air rifle thing. It was like a bullet that, because it didn't exceed 6 or 12 foot-pounds, whatever it was. But it was like, you had a cartridge-style case that was pressurized. So you'd put a bullet inside the cartridge. You'd then, basically connect it to, like, you know, a PCP kind of thing, to fill the individual cartridges up, and then it would shoot from a revolver, but it'd be an air-powered round. I can't remember if it was a 50 cal air revolver, but it was one again that wasn't breaking any laws, but they fucked the guy over on technicalities because they didn't like the fact he was doing it. And again, that's what I really like, you know, I'd be really careful, like, yeah, because she's saying, like, I'm not going to be doing anything illegal myself. I'm not saying I'm not going to even joke with, like, the in Minecraft stuff. But what I'm saying is that in the UK, what is really annoying is where there's often stuff like where we have stuff that's perfectly legal, then you'll get one kind of case where they make something illegal that shouldn't even be illegal because it's not even, you know, breaking any of the preset laws, but some, you know, fucking prosecutor decides, like, oh, you can't have that. I know they're trying to do stuff like that in America, from what I've been reading, in some states as well, you know, where you have the Second Amendment, and it's getting ever more and more encroaching in some states with, you know, all the shit they want to restrict. So it's not just here, but, you know, the anti-gun people always try and find little loopholes of, oh, you never intended to have that. But yeah, it was one peach that wasn't like a CO2 air cylinder, it was like he made custom CO2 cartridges that didn't exceed any of the power, but it was so that basically you could have, like, say, little 6 foot-pound bullets or whatever it was, you know, like cartridge-looking things, and then you'd load them into this revolver and you could shoot them and reload individual things, and it was just a really cool thing. So it was no more powerful than another air pistol, but they didn't like the way it was constructed, because they're like, oh, but you could, in theory, couldn't you, make one that was more powerful, even though he didn't. It was like, yeah, but you could also get an air rifle, couldn't you, and have one that shoots over 12 foot-pounds, so what's the point? You know, it's that sort of thing. You know, I always find stuff like that really annoying, where it's kind of like, yeah, you've got this thing that's legal, but what if you also then made it illegal, so you can't have this legal thing? But yeah, like I said, Ghost Users, there's lots of stuff here that, like, you know, in theory is completely legal when it's kept separate, a bit like you're saying, and then in certain circumstances when things are put together it might be legal or illegal depending on who watches it. But again, there's stuff like where I find interesting stuff, but again it's stuff I wouldn't even do videos on, because there's stuff I find interesting, but then you never know, like, if somebody's going to report that video and they'll use it as some sort of weird evidence, you know. It's a bit like that for some of the radiation stuff, you know, because I've had people try and get me done on it before. You know, it's that kind of thing where, like, as much as I'm within the letter of the law doing something, I'd rather not risk anything that could be, you know, perceived as not being legal. If that makes sense. I'm probably not explaining this very well, but you probably know what I'm getting at. I've connected it, Ellie. You're gonna press the fucking button. It's on your side, look. Oh, I have to rev the generator, okay.
Let's try the gate.
You did it!
Yeah, get on through.
I think it really depends, Ghost Jesus, because the thing is, I know loads of people that have, like, lots of proper workshop tools, but again, it's... but sadly, I think that's kind of a dying out thing, because it's like, everybody of my granddad's generation, literally, you know, used to have, like, proper garages, you know, like, or, like, workshop things filled with, you know, loads of proper machinery kind of tools, you know, where they'd, like, do all the repairs themselves on things, you know, do all these sort of things. You know, and it's a bit like that with Mike. He's got loads of stuff like that. But now it's like, yeah, amazing how many people... Because we've got some tooling in our shed, but not, like, that much for different things. But I know what you mean. It's like one of those things where different generations in the UK, I think they had, like, the fix-it-yourself sort of attitude, where now everything is becoming so disposable that lots of people don't have all the tools that would be required to do certain things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd expect to see someone by now. Let's get inside.
You ever been to one of these?
What, university?
Yeah.
When I was a student, at least.
Why not?
I had Sarah when I was pretty young.
Were you married?
For a while.
What happened?
Too much.
I can't remember him mentioning Sarah by this point, or was she mentioned when he was with, Tommy, like she was mentioned? Oh, she was mentioned, wasn't she, by Tommy's wife, I think, to her. Because I'm chatting with people, if stuff like this gets mentioned, I sometimes don't hear them say it in the cutscene.
Are we ever gonna find living fireflies?
Well, I'm going to find the living fireflies, and I'm going to make them not living, because I'm Joel. Let me look up Harbour Freight, and I'll tell you. Bet there is. Let's see exactly what they sell. By the look of it, yes, stuff like Screwfix, Tool Station, B&Q. We do have lots of those kind of stores, but like I'm saying, it's one of those weird things. Yeah, we do have, like, we were at Screwfix earlier today getting some, like, stuff for doing roof repairs. Like, there are literally, because, like, that's what I've said to people before, is, like, when they ask me about gas masks, like, some of these places are the best places if you just want to buy civilian respirators in the UK and filters, because they always have them in stock and they actually have to be competitive on pricing. You know, so if you're not going down the surplus route, they're much better than a lot of the, like, medical type places to buy from. Yeah, so yeah, we were saying you can literally go to stores that sell generators, you know, loads of machine tools, you know, different sizes of screws and parts.
Yeah, looks like we're way in.
Yeah, so like I said, it's like I said in Ghost Jesus, I think it's just sadly one of those things where lots of people now don't do any kind of work like this themselves. Yeah, Litpicker, again, that's the sad thing, isn't it? How many, like, local small stores you used to have. Like, we used to have, like, an ironmonger type thing in a market near us that did lots of stuff like that, and now they're just not there anymore. Because, obviously, couldn't compete with big stores for pricing kind of stuff. Just like how all the surplus stores have died, really. Because, you know, it's only the big online surplus stores that really still exist, whereas everything else now is, you know, just like the kind of, well, you know what I mean, like the really big kind of ones, rather than it being, you know, like just brick and mortar surplus stores. Alright, Cookie, we're in probably like the last 15 minutes of what I'm going to do on this stream now. Because we're near the end. I can't remember if it's the end of a chapter, but at least the end of, like, you know, a decent segment to end on. Although technically, where this stream ends will be where I sort of, I'm now on the bit, wasn't I, where I started streaming this game before on the PlayStation 4. But I might as well just finish the game again on here.
Come on, kiddo, give me your hand.
And then it's just just because it's interesting, I guess, for people to see this on the new version, like what everything looks like.
Stick around.
That's good that there's one in your town that's still open, Peach. But yeah, it's just a shame, isn't it, that like so many of those sort of things, again, don't exist anymore, like Litpicker was saying. But yeah, it's really weird to me, even as somebody who doesn't do all that much practical stuff myself, just I'm a bit shit at it. You know, like when I've spoken to Zoomers, just how little knowledge they have on some of this stuff. It is just really getting worse and worse. Like, you know, like, it's like every generation, it just deteriorates people's ability to do basic repairs, you know, that sort of stuff. And I don't mean that to be insulting to, like, anybody particular on the stream of that generation, but what I'm just saying is, like, the amount of people I've, like, spoken to that are younger that, like, other than doing stuff on, like, maybe their mobile phone, they have no clue about, you know, like, how anything mechanical kind of works. I guess if it's not on TikTok, they're not interested. Don't need a reload. Reload speed's such a, like, non-thing in this game. Look. Right, won't get any of these upgrades then. The worst one is there was somebody at my work who didn't know how to use a bolt. I am not joking, I had to explain to them the function of a bolt. And I don't mean like bolt action on a rifle, I mean like a bolt that locks a door. Like, you know, a two-stage bolt. They didn't know how it worked. I was like, you can work it out just by looking at it. But no. I was watching some interesting things, Ghost Jesus, recently about people doing, like, weird heating converters that were quite interesting for, like, heating a shed or heating a house in really cold weather. You know, like, really low budgets and stuff like that. So, there's stuff like that, even if I can't do it myself. I still find it interesting that you can find, like, content where people do it, you know. there's stuff that I can't do myself or don't have the tools for, but I still enjoy watching YouTube videos of people doing conversion projects, you know, or restoration projects, because it's interesting. But yeah, it's just weird to me that there's people that would rather watch like live reaction videos than somebody building something. I first find people building stuff and making stuff from scratch really interesting. Again, this is the bit coming up where I was saying that, you know, it would be really good if Joel had some body armor. Might help him with something coming up.
Down until we figure out what's going on.
She won't hear you, how far away you are. Yeah, I like some of those videos where people either build log cabins or like some of like the mud huts, like the really primitive kind of engineering things. Use a shiv. There we go. Now I'll immediately make a new shiv because I want to actually have the, you know, start being able to collect parts again. Ooh, a training manual. Oh, the Molotov one might actually finally get me that achievement to burn enough clickers in one go that I could normally do first time over, but I think they've made the clickers more fire resistant in this version. So I'll probably, yeah, now I've got that, and when I do a New Game Plus, there'll probably be a bit where I can actually get all the clickers with one Molotov now, if they've got a bigger radius. Oh, tools, yes, that's what I want. Oh yeah, I've watched primitive YouTube, yeah. If I could legally have an RTG reactor, I'd love an RTG reactor or generator, just to use for powering things, you know, because I've got a solar panel, which is quite good, like a fold-up solar panel that I unfold and keep in the windowsill, and I just use that to like charge anything USB related, because it always gets enough sun during any of the daylight hours to, you know, like charge up things like USB headphones, 1.5 volt batteries you can charge on it, and that sort of stuff. But yeah, an RTG could do stuff like that, technically. Again, Cookie, don't say stuff like that on YouTube, please, because as we've said, you need to be really careful what you say on here about shit like that, in case people don't realise you're joking, or whatever. And again, I know laws vary around the world on what you can own and not own. Like I said, I'd like an RTG if they're legal, radio thermide electric generator. But I doubt it'd be legal in the UK to have so much strontium-90 in one place, or cesium or whatever, that you could actually power one. Yeah, cheers. Like I said, it's nothing personal, Cookie, it's just, yeah. It's just like, I'm trying to be quite careful on the ear when people talk about certain things that it doesn't, you know, because again, some people don't know you're joking, and some people would, even if you're making a joke or talking about something that's perfectly legal somewhere, they try and report it just to get other people in shit, because they're cunts like that, so... I'll get a full-size brick. Oh, this is a full-size brick. I thought it looked like a broken brick when I picked it up. Or maybe there's just different models for the bricks now in this, even though they all function exactly the same in game. Oh, a tape recorder.
Lost 2 more guards to infected attacks.
Oh, they've improved this because you can actually listen to it now while moving around. even if it stops when you open the door. But previously you had to like keep it open just on like a menu, like a note. So they've changed that as well. But like I said, I don't really care about listening to the guy saying about, oh, we infected the monkeys and then I got bitten by a monkey because I was a retard. That guy. Sorry, exceptional individual. I don't see the point of Crocs for most purposes anyway. But Crocs as socks is literally just like wearing sandals as socks, so, you know. I personally don't care if you do it or not. But, you know, it's like, personally, I wouldn't really wear Crocs because I haven't got function to them. I like kind of good, hard-wearing outdoor shoes. You know, like boot kind of things when I'm out and about doing stuff. And even like when I'm indoors in a lot of places, I like the lightweight steel toe cap sort of trainery things, just because I'm so used to people dropping things or, you know, like having a door hit my foot or whatever, that I kind of like having steel toe caps. Yeah, I'm pretty close to the end of the chapter here. I've got to go into a room at the end of the corridor when I've finished like looking through all the shit here. Then when I get there, we'll have a cutscene. Then I'll have to fight some people. I don't really care. I'm spoiling it. No, that was just the monkeys. So we find a man who shot himself after getting himself infected with the monkey blood, or whatever it was, monkey bites. Wrong econometry. Oh, speaking of those sort of cabinets with the gloves, now and again those actually get sold on eBay. I wouldn't have room for one, I just think they're quite cool. I mean, I think steam engines are cool. Ghost Jesus. It's like the old, like, I always find the things quite cool that are like the kind of engines that you can run really easily, a bit like you're saying, a bit like a steam engine. You know, just on DIY stuff, like, you know, like the wood-burning stove sort of pressure engines, or whatever they are. Sort of similar to a steam engine, I guess. But, you know, like the ones they used to power buses with, like during the Depression kind of periods in a lot of countries. I know they're probably not very powerful, but it's still cool, the idea that you could literally get sticks or whatever, and like paper, burn it in essentially like a little can, and it would power, you know, like a slow-moving vehicle. Yeah, I've definitely seen them on eBay, like, not necessarily like new ones, but, you know, like second-hand lab surplus, like where I bought lots of Geiger counters from and stuff like that. Where a lot of the time, lots of labs, as long as it's something they can legally sell, just literally liquidate their stock by putting it on eBay. So you can get, yeah, all the dosimeters and like Bunsen burner equipment and, you know, microscopes and stuff like that. It's all just sold as kind of like second-hand stuff when labs get new models in. I like how there's gunpowder randomly just in here. Maybe they could put the gunpowder in that centrifuge. I can spin it. If you're into it, just research the stuff and just do a video on it. I don't think that it's that complicated. If it's something you enjoy doing, just do it on a video, and, you know, as long as it's legal. And, you know, just do it. Because you can tell on YouTube generally when people are interested in the subject they're doing, or if they're just like hacks that, you know, are doing a subject because they think it will make them money.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, that's pretty cool, Ghost Jesus. Like, there's a thing I saw that was cool where somebody had a machine gun somewhere, and they were cooking bacon on it in like foil, like, you know, on the barrel. Like when the barrel was getting really hot before they swapped the barrel out, they were using it to cook bacon. So again, it's like there's loads of cool stuff you can do. Because again, it's like anything that generates heat, you can always use that heat as a you know, like byproduct to do other stuff with. It's like why electric heaters are such a dumb thing when you can literally have so much stuff that makes heat and then use that heat, you know, rather than wasting electricity to make the heat. So it's like my PC. Why would I have an electric heater in this room when my PC is basically an electric heater, but I can play games on it or, you know, do other shit?
It don't matter.
Because like a 2 kilowatt electric heater would use more power than my PC and wouldn't even put out much more heat. Locked in where? But, oh, you're just saying you can't watch at the moment, but you'd like to. It's alright, I'm only on for another few minutes. Oh, I'm meant to be leaving now, aren't I? Yeah, that was it. I just got distracted reading comments. Let's shoot these guys with a bow for fun. Oh, hello. Oh, a brand new one. Oh, I didn't want to... Oh, never mind. They're all in the same condition now. Ah, that was it. I've got an upgraded axe. It can chop you. Might not be able to use the axe that efficiently if there's guys with guns already like knowing I'm here. So that's more of a stealth thing, isn't it? The bow when they're no, it didn't even make him look the other way. Oh,
I don't see him. Spread out.
let's just do it this way then. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, there's so many things that, yeah, you can use as that get hot, like, you know, as secondary heaters, essentially.
He's over here.
You should, yeah, get your PC, if it gets really hot, to boil water to turn a turbine to give you electricity back. Oh, draw that ammo. Again, why is there just randomly ammo in a lab? Oops. Oh, yeah, I've already upgraded the attack, so I won't bother around. So we're coming up to the bit when we get down to that next floor there, look, where, like I said, Joel should just have one of those soft body armour, anti-stab, you know, pistol caliber vests on. It would have saved him a lot of trouble. I might as well put my flashlight on. Oh well. Right, I won't need any of this ammo, will I, for quite a bit coming up in the game, because of the fact that I'll be playing as Ellie for quite a bit anyway. Wait, like, oh, she actually has the bow, so I don't know if I need to preserve my ammo for that.
Ellie, cover me.
All right.
Let's just use El Diablo to put a hole in his head. I assume it's when I open the door, isn't it? This bit happens. That's coming up. But yeah, you see, Joel, this is why you should be wearing some soft body armor. I tell you what, I bet this won't work, but what happens if I put this down there? I know this is probably a waste of a... Yeah, it is a waste. It just disappears. Yeah, I mean, I have a heat pump sort of thing on my... Yeah, so you should have had a soft Kevlar vest on, Joel, with the anti-stabbing. So, well, I mean, I had the... I've got one of those heat pumps that takes heat away from your CPU. You know, like a water cooler kind of pump style one like that. But yeah, like in theory, I imagine there is some computing hardware that has bits that get over 100 Celsius, potentially. You could just have a really overclocked like GPU that somehow converts some of the heat coming off of it to boil water.
Oh man. Joel?
Now, if 150 gigabyte files could boil water, the way games are getting stupidly big at the moment.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
In theory, my porn folders should be able to boil water then, but no. Unfortunately, size on the disc doesn't boil water. Otherwise, we'd have found a way of making like free stuff. You just have unoptimized files. Free energy.
I don't see anyone. Let's go. Joel?
I want Eddie's Makarov.
Fine.
Can you handle the window?
Yeah.
Oh look, it's not blurry if I walk around aiming. Oh no, I've fallen over. I've fallen and I can't get up. Got more room.
Alright. Just stay here. I'm gonna flank this asshole.
Ellie. Those were my friends you killed, asshole. Come on out. Do this the hard way. You little bitch.
Ah, okay, Ghost Jesus. Yeah. Maybe if AMD or NVIDIA end up making something really unoptimized at some point, they can do that. But yeah. But yeah, it was just I thought it was a funny thought that you could have like a little PC that powers a steam turbine.
Move it. There's no one here. Hurry.
But again, you could still get some sort of battery cell that would react to the heat from like a GPU or a CPU that would charge a battery cell. There's still stuff that you could do with that heat, because RTGs I don't think get all that hot.
Through these double doors.
So, you know, again, they don't generate much power back, but you're still recycling some power.
No.
Can you walk?
Yes.
Then fucking walk.
The game itself's good. This port isn't necessarily good. But like I said, I've just been lucky that I've not really been running into problems with it, because I'm playing it on a stupidly overpowered PC. But a lot of people have had this run like absolute shit on their PCs, apparently. Because I'm not going to claim this port is good. But the game's still good, and like the port of this particular remaster is good, because this is definitely, because I haven't played the PS5 remaster of this. So. Oh no, it's steam from the steamed ham.
Shit. Joel. Here.
You see, what I'd be doing if I was them, I know about all the weight we were saying, like I was saying about having knives all over you, is also like when you kill all these guys and they have guns, it'd be just to take a load of guns and just keep one cartridge in them in case you need an emergency backup gun. Or at least have a couple of pistols. But I suppose in the game they're all magically the same caliber, aren't they? Like all the pistols are 9mm or whatever, like we were saying before when we were playing Last of Us 2. Whereas in reality, loads of these guns would be all different calibers.
I'll get the door. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I did read about there's a company that does do heat pumps for houses. That yeah, it's literally like a crypto mining, like a load of GPUs together that mine crypto that then use a heat pump as coolant for the cards, you know. And that would definitely be more efficient than just having an electric heat pump to pump, you know, like heat your water in the house.
Can you get on?
No, I've fallen and I can't get up. It seems weird to me at the moment that she doesn't actually try and take Joel back to Tommy's while he's injured. Because don't they still carry on going west or whatever, rather than just going back to Tommy's?
Get up, get up. You gotta tell me what to do. You gotta get up. Joel?
If you're a Mobic, I'm afraid a horse is going to soon be your new vehicle of choice. Because Tula, or whatever it's called, is donating 3,000 horses for the Mobics to pull artillery guns and shit with. Right, is this, this is where she shoots the rabbit with the bow. I'll just let this cutscene play and then I'll stop here, because I don't want to start and, like, skip anything next time I do a stream tomorrow or whatever. Yeah, like we said though, he should have just had soft body armour on. Oh, what a cute bunny. Oh no.
This won't last very long.
I saw two deer the other day.
They'll just
Oh, I saw 2 deer last week, and then I saw 2 deer, I think it was on Monday, in one of the fields quite close to me. I tried to take a photo, but unfortunately, they were, for a camera phone, they were too far away to be that identifiable, but they were, whitetails, I think. Yeah, just white-tailed deer. 2 whitetails. Anyway, this is where I'll stop, because I'm now, yeah, less than 1 minute ago from the last checkpoint. Right, I'll stream some more of this tomorrow. I'll probably do all the Cannibal Town bit as well tomorrow, because I'm enjoying playing this, and on PC it's a lot less frustrating than the console, because you can aim better. I don't know, because like we were saying before, people in this should be wearing soft body armour, you know, carrying really good capacity military backpacks with all like the shoulder and, you know, like stomach support for carrying the weight better. But it's a game, you know, it's not real life. There also isn't in reality fungus that affects humans, like cordyceps, so, you know. Anyway, see everybody tomorrow when I stream a big chunk more of this.